What's up guys, in today's video we are going to go over all of the tools, products, and accessories that you are going to need to start or own a boat detailing business. Take notes, this is going to be a pretty long video. I'm going to have everything in the description down below, so if you want to buy any of these products or tools, we'll have it all listed down for you. Let's get into it. I did custom order this trailer. It is a 12-foot long by 7-foot tall. I got the extra footage on top so that we can walk in comfortably and we didn't have to like duck down. It has been worth every penny of the extra cost. Now I will say I went with a 12-foot trailer so that it would be a little bit more compact, but I already wish I would have gone with a 14-foot trailer. So if you are going to order a trailer for your business, I personally would recommend you go with a 14-foot and not a 12-foot. But if you want to be a little bit more compact, as you can see, we're here at a marina today working and we're not taking up a bunch of parking spots. I have it backed into one space. It is the charcoal gray with the blackout diamond package, and I got it to match my charcoal gray truck. I got it custom ordered through a dealer here in town. It's Coastal Trailers here in Pensacola, Florida. They delivered it. It looks absolutely incredible. Here on the outside, we do have all of our decals. It says Revival Marine Care. It's got our phone number. We have QR codes that you can scan with your iPhone and it'll take you straight to our contact form. Now let's go ahead and step into the trailer. Let's start off here. We're gonna go over all of our racks, our cabinetry, our toolbox real quick, and then we'll hop into what products you're gonna need to fill all of these. So right here on this whole wall, we have our rotary and polisher mounts. We mounted these to the walls with screws and we glued them to the wall. These are great because obviously you can see they actually hold all of our machines in place. And when we're riding, I have this little ratchet strap that we just go ahead and lock them down. So when we're driving down the road, it actually keeps them in place. All of our holders are all MaxShine. If you want to buy these or any of the MaxShine products, we actually have a discount code in the description section. It's Drake15 at MaxShineUSA.com. You can actually save 15% off their entire site if you want to pick up any of these machines that we're going to talk about today or any of the holders. Right here we have our 16-ounce bottle holders from MaxShine. We have our foam cannon holder from MaxShine. We have 32-ounce bottle holders from MaxShine. Back here we have more 16-ounce bottle racks from MaxShine, and then we also have a pad holder, a 6-inch and a 5-inch pad holder, all from MaxShine. They have been holding up very well. We have a Husky toolbox from Home Depot, and we also have a Husky table. We have the black aluminum cabinetry. We have a tall stack here, 2 smaller ones here. I did customize it and put a piece of wood on top. I still need to sand it down and put a varnish finish because you can see our chemicals and stuff just kind of leave some stains, and honestly I don't really like the way it looks. These cabinetries have been nice. I actually bought them on Amazon and I'll leave a link in the description section down below. Back here we have these holders. Here we have our white wool pads, our yellow wool pads, and some of our other foam pads. And then we keep some of our waxing pads and polishing pads in these holders. And then we have also these racks that I bought from Home Depot right here. These hold all of our extension cords and a few of our brushes for when we're driving. All right, so we just went over all of the accessories and just the racks and cabinetry. Now let's go over all of the machines that you are gonna need that are in my trailer and that you're gonna need to get your boat detailing business started and going. Let's start here. We have our rotary polisher. We have our 21 dual action millimeter throw DAs, and then we have our sanders and wax machines. These are all, this is the MaxShine M8 SV2. The rotary is going to be used on the wool pads to remove oxidation, remove sanding scratches. The DA is going to be used for all of your buffing or all of your polishing. So if you're using medium cut compounds or any polishes, you're going to use these to really polish out the surface, make them look beautiful. And then we have our little sanders here for all of our dry sanding, or if we're just applying a simple wax on a boat. We pretty much use all 3 of these machines on every detail that we do. Now back over here we have our 2 pressure washers. Sometimes we'll be at one job with one crew and then I'll take 2 of my other guys to go do another job. So we have enough tools and equipment in here to make sure that we can do 2 jobs a day if we have to. The 2 pressure washers really do come in handy even on bigger boats. So you'll have one guy in the front of the bow and then the other guy maybe in the cockpit rinsing and washing. So it is nice to have 2 full setups of pressure washers. It just makes you that much more efficient on bigger boats. All we have here is the Ryobi 1800 PSI pressure washers. Honestly, these are kind of inexpensive. They're not the best, but they are pretty reliable. But to be honest, we do go through about one every 6 months, but they are only $120, I believe, $100 at Home Depot. I personally don't have a problem with going buy a new one every 6 months versus if you get a really nice big fancy one that might last you a year, but the pump goes out and then you have to service the pump and all that stuff. So I know some of you guys, this is a controversy because you guys comment on my Instagram and tell me these suck. I kind of agree with you, but I also kind of don't. I do have 50-foot cords on all of my pressure washers. The 50-foot cords just allow you to get a lot more coverage, especially if you're doing bigger sport fisher boats. This is an absolute must-have in my opinion. This is the active soft pull grip for the pressure washer, or we have the MTM. So both of these, they're two different brands, but both of them work great. The MTM and the active. Now you can see these are beat up, they are well loved. We abuse the heck out of these. We use them every single day. They're really good because you can literally pull it with your pinky finger. It's super light on your wrist, and it's so small that you can easily get in compartments, get around seats. You can wash the whole boat without having that huge wand. Down here we have our rigid portable vacuum cleaner. This vacuum cleaner has been, again, well used, well abused, and it runs like a champ. We got that at Home Depot. Get the rigid one. This one's 5 horsepower. It's great for sucking out compartments. It's great for sucking out leaves, whatever you need. And even on interior boats, you can kind of shampoo some carpets with it if you need that. We don't do a lot of interior suites here, and we also don't do any car detailing. We only do boats, so we mainly only use it for sucking out bilge compartments and like fish boxes and that kind of thing. Right here we have some extension cords. I think we have like, what, 5 or 6 cords? Yeah. We usually only do 50-foot cords, so we have multiple 50-foot cords here. And then you definitely want to make sure you get a really thick, I think this is a 10-gauge cord with a 3-way. We have 2 of these. Anytime you're running a 3-way, you want to make sure you have a thicker gauge on the 3-way than you have on what's pulling out, so that you don't, cause problems for your machines and then bogging down and that kind of thing. All right, are you still recording? Yeah. All right, praise God. All right, let's go ahead and talk about products. Guys, get yourself a foam cannon. If you're washing boats, if you're washing cars, you're going to absolutely need a foam cannon. We're gonna put soap in here. This is how you're gonna apply the boat soap to the boat, and then you're gonna take a brush, which we'll talk about real quick. We'll use a brush to scrub the boat. So foam cannon to apply the soap, and you're going to use a Surehold blue, specifically the blue X Soft bristle brush from Surehold. It won't scratch the boat, and that's the reason why I'm saying that. This right here is the Surehold brush system. So it's got the brush head with the pole. We have a few different options. So this one's just a stationary option right here. So here is the same brush, a little bit smaller of a head, but this is an extension rod, so it's a really long one for getting up top of like big towers and stuff. You can use this extension rod if need be. You can make it longer or shorter, however you prefer it. You got options. Down here we got our Yeti cooler that we keep for all the guys. We have our water bottles, ice in here, keep the cooler. Down here we have, again, MaxShine 16-ounce bottle holders. Typically these are all filled up with our heavy cut compound, our medium cut compound, and our wax. And as you can see, we have some extra supply of ceramic coating here. We have a bottle of Beadlock Pro Marine. This is the ceramic that we currently use on boats. It'll give you every bit of 18 to 24 months of protection. We just keep all of our random tools in here, and as you can see, it's well organized, all right? So we got scissors, little paint brushes for different objects. We got our plastic razor blades. This is for taking off decals of boats. We got our extra supply of bronze wool to remove corrosion on aluminum or stainless. Right here I keep a whole pack of stainless steel screws. So if boats are missing any screws, or maybe we remove a bracket and we lose a screw, we always have an extra backup for stainless steel screws. We have really fresh, nice applicator pads, just extra stock in here. We've got a drill. You always want to have a good drill with preferably a charged battery on it. We've got some respirators. This is for mainly when we're dry sanding because it kicks up a lot of dust in the air, so you want to make sure that you have that. Down here we got some knee pads for the crew, because they complain that they're on their knees too much. I've been on my knees for years, so I don't have any feeling in my knees any longer.
So it's good. so that's what we need.
So I don't need knee pads. I'm a pro at being on my knees, and that's because of detailing. Now you can have knee pads. Definitely something good to have. We just have all of our rubber gloves, latex gloves. This is predominantly for when we're using chemicals or ceramic coating. We have our gloves here. We have some garbage bags, and of course my tripod for when we're making YouTube videos like this. All right, next on the list is our tote of extra 32-ounce bottles. So here we have, that's a nasty looking bottle. We have Super Clean that is not very clean at the moment, but Super Clean is a heavy duty degreaser that is concentrated. So when we do make a Super Clean spray bottle like we have here, we always dilute it. We do 25% Super Clean, 75% water, and that is going to be safe for cleaning out bilge compartments, cleaning out fish boxes, cleaning out compartments on your boats, and you can also use it to clean your white vinyl seats. Now, if you have really plush leather seats, you really don't want to use Super Clean because it could be pretty aggressive, but 99% of boats out there, your normal fishing boat, you can use diluted Super Clean to clean the seats, compartments, dirt, grime, whatever else. Lacquer thinner is a must. You want to have a gallon of lacquer thinner on you. Lacquer thinner is mainly going to be used for removing paint transfer on boats. So a lot of boats rub up against rubber docks and stuff, and you'll get like a rubber kind of scratch mark down the hull. This right here will remove that very quickly, and then all you got to do is buff and polish after that. Shift is good. It's a Shine Supply product. It is technically a car soap, but it works really, really good on boats. I have really loved this product on boats. We have two kind of main soaps that we use, but Shift soap is pretty much our go-to. I have a ton of stock of it. I like this product because I also wash my truck with it at home. So you can wash the outside of your truck, you can wash your boat, and you can also wash your trailer. In this case, we wash everything with this. Now, Shift soap is kind of our maintenance soap. It's what we use to maintain boats or after we detail it and we want to give it a little fresh look. We never really use Shift soap in the beginning of a project because it's a really soft soap. So it's not going to strip your wax off. It's not going to hurt the boat in any way. It's a really soft, gentle soap that works really well. So moving on. All right, let's start up here and work our way down. Right here, we have some Ardex Metal Mania. I can actually buy this stuff locally. It's pretty good. It is a metal polish. I wouldn't say it's world changing by any means, but it does a really good job of cleaning up the metal. It shines it and protects it. Right here, we have Shine Supply Burnout. We only really use on like jet skis. It's really, really good on jet skis. It'll polish it out, remove water spots, remove swirls, but it also has SiO2 in there, so it'll actually protect the surface as well, or it'll prime the surface for your wax or ceramic coating. Also really good on motor cowling, so like black or like silver motor cowlings, like on the back of the motors. It's lighter than Wake Up. So we're gonna talk about Shine Supply Wake Up in a little bit. This is one step below Wake Up. So it's gonna be a little less aggressive on paint, more specifically paint or really soft gel coat. And it's gonna protect it just like Shine Supply Wake Up, but we're gonna go over that in just a second. Plastic scratch remover, this 201, you could buy this at West Marine as well. We pretty much only use this on isinglass that is kind of like hazy or kind of scratched up. You can just put it on a microfiber towel, wipe it in real good. It shines the isinglass and it protects it. You can't really go wrong with this 201. Slick back, we've already gone over that. This is the primer for the ceramic coating. And then we have pretty much our main sealant that we use, and that's Jescar Power Lock. Jescar Power Lock is a great boat sealant, boat wax. You could put it on, you let it sit for about 30 minutes and then wipe it off. It'll seal the gel coat up very nice, and it gives you about 4 to 6 months of protection. Okay, so down here on our, again, MaxShine 16-ounce rack, we have a ton of woody wax. We go through a ton of woody wax here. Every boat that we detail, all the stainless and all the aluminum or any metal surfaces all get a layer of woody wax on it. Woody wax is going to remove light corrosion. It's going to remove light rust marks on any stainless or any metal surfaces. But more importantly, it's going to leave behind a protective layer that's really going to protect the metal. Woody wax is also good on plastics. It's good on vinyl. You can even put it on your seats if you want to, but we actually use it inside of compartments to clean and shine compartments and protect compartments. You can also use it on wires like batteries, wires, and that kind of stuff. It'll stop corrosion and protect it. The ignition is great on boats, but we actually use this more really to wipe down our walls in the trailer. This is a good high-speed detailer. It'll clean the surface, so it's kind of like a waterless wash. It'll clean the surface, it'll shine it and protect it due to the silica and SiO2 in it. But like I said, we pretty much have it in here because we kind of wipe down our interior walls. It keeps them protected, shiny, and easier to keep clean. Here we have our white wool heavy cut. This is our heavy cutting wool pad that we're going to only really use on the rotary machines with our Shine Supply heavy cutting compound, which we're going to talk about in a second. This is what's going to be your first step in like your heavy cutting correction steps. This is going to remove all your sanding scratches if you have to sand the boat, but it's also going to help you remove deep oxidation in the boat. So you must have a white wool. This is double-sided white wool buff and shine 1.25 paw height wool pads. Here we have our yellow wool pads. This is our medium cut compound yellow wool pads. Again, it's buff and shine double side, but this is the yellow wool. You're gonna use it again on the rotary wool pad with Shine Supply Chop Top is our medium cut compound. When we're going for perfection on these boats, if we're doing a full restore, first do the white wool and the heavy cut on the rotary, and then we're gonna follow up with the yellow wool with the chop top on the rotary, and it's gonna give us a dang near perfect finish. And here we have our new, this has been something that we've been using the last probably couple months. It is the DA yellow wool. So it's basically the same yellow wool cutting power that the rotary has, but you can use this on the 21mm throw. Here's actually one with an old one on there. We're gonna clean this and trash this one. We have found that the dual action 21mm throw MaxShine paired with this yellow wool will pretty much do the same as the rotary yellow wool. So we're kind of phasing out of doing this rotary wool step. If you want to make sure that you do it right and you want flawless results, it does not hurt you to have both, and go ahead and get you the Rupes medium cut yellow wool pad if you're going to be using it on the 21mm throw. Right here we have the white CCS Lake Country foam pad. We pretty much only use this for waxing boats. So we'll use, here you can shoot over here, we'll use the MaxShine M8S V2 with the CCS Lake Country foam pad, and this is what we're gonna use to apply the Jescar Power Lock to the surface. I don't know if we went through the hose, but if we're talking about products, we have the 0G canvas water hose. I've actually owned this one for almost 3 years now. It still works. It doesn't really kink unless you actually try to kink it. But we have 100 foot of this in case we need an extra long hose if the water source is really far from the boat. Get you the 0G, zero kink. It's a great hose. All right. Up here, this is our climbing gear. This is for mainly doing the front brows of boats, safety gear, plus it's rappelling gear in case we have to climb up top. In this bag here, we've got our harness. This is what you actually wear for the rope and locking mechanism to actually attach to it. Inside this bag, we have 50-foot cords. This is dynamic cords. It's actually all rock climbing gear. So this is a rock climbing harness with rock climbing rope. All right, so here we got our carabiner and the gree-gree. This is the actual safety part. You're basically gonna put your rope in here, you tie it off, slip this through the carabiner, and this connects to the belt right here, and this is the part that actually stops you from falling. So you must have a carabiner, a gree-gree, I'll have the links down below, rock climbing harness that you wear, and I have two 50-foot ropes so that we can attach ourselves to the boat. And we just always keep this stored up here for when we need it. The rock climbing gear isn't something you necessarily need on day one, but if you are going to be doing yachts and sport fishers, you're definitely going to want some type of locking harness gear to strap you up top so that you don't fall off. All right, so in this cabinet right here, we have our tall cabinet. As you can see right here, I got a little core values list that all of our guys pretty much know. Our core values are take responsibility, be disciplined, take initiative, stay humble, lead by example, honor others, always be learning, go the extra mile, and stay positive. That's just good for everyone, so have some core values. So in here, we have a little bit of more inventory. So right here, we keep our double-sided white wool pads inventory. We have our yellow wool pads inventory, extra pads. We keep extra inventory of all of our foam pads and our yellow wool medium cut pads for the DA. And then all in here is just all of our sandpaper inventory. We use Sunmite sandpaper for all of our sanding. This is where we keep just extra backing plates. We got double pad adapters. So anytime you use a double-sided wool pad, you're gonna need an adapter to screw this onto the pad, and then this adapter will basically screw on to the rotary machine. So put the adapter in, put it on the machine, and now you're in business. You cannot hook up a double-sided wool pad unless you have the adapter. We've got our spurs. This is gonna clean the wool pad, so if it has caked on compound, just hold this onto the pad, it's gonna clean your spurs. We got masking tape for when you need to tape off anything, so you don't wanna hit any teak wood or rubber or whatever else. These extension rods are really cool because they will attach to the rotary buffer and it'll give you an extension. And as you can see, we got a 2-inch backing plate, so if we ever need the rotary to get in small to reach areas, you have some extension rods. Other than that, just some business cards. Always have some nice business cards on your trailer so that your team or anyone can pass out your business cards. to any customers that may be asking. We have our correction lights. As you can see, we use the heck out of these, nice and dirty, but this is the scan grip correction light. This is gonna allow us to see imperfections in the gel coat. It's gonna illuminate swirls and scratches. This isn't necessarily a must on day one, but it's really gonna help you in your paint correction. This light alone is like 400 bucks, but if you go to Home Depot, you can buy this little husky light. This does pretty much in essence the same thing. It's not as good of quality, it's a little bit cheaper, but I think I paid 100 bucks for this one compared to, you know, almost $400 for the scan grip. So this is just a husky light. These are gonna really come in handy when you're trying to do scratch removal, and anytime you're ceramic coating, you wanna see streaks and that kind of stuff. All right, so down here we have our compounds. We have all of our extra inventory. So this is Chop Top. Let's talk about that here. And then we also have Heavy Cut. Shine Supply Heavy Cut. God, this stuff's heavy. Shine Supply Heavy Cut. And I also have Shine Supply Wake Up. Let's go over the differences between these three compounds, because you can pretty much detail an entire boat with just these three products. It's hot.
It's hot here.
Freaking hot. Get a gallon of Shine Supply Heavy Cut, a gallon of Shine Supply Chop Top, and a 32-ounce bottle of Shine Supply Wake Up. You could pretty much do probably 2 or 3 boats with just this right here alone. The Heavy Cut, you're gonna pair with the rotary and the white wool pad. That is gonna be your heavy cutting compound that's gonna remove sanding, scratches, and deep oxidation. The Chop Top is gonna remove the swirl marks out of the Heavy Cut. Again, you can use that with the yellow wool and the rotary. Now lately, we have actually been not using the Chop Top as much. And the reasoning is because when we do the rotary and the white wool on the Heavy Cut, we can then follow up with Shine Supply Wake Up using this dual action polisher. It's a 21mm throw polisher with the yellow wool pad, and it pretty much pulls out about 99% of the swirls and stuff that the Heavy Cut leaves behind. Now, if you're buffing a boat and you're going for that absolute perfection look, then you will want to follow up with the Shine Supply Chop Top with the yellow wool. But we found that most of our boats that are just wanting a good buff and a polish, the Shine Supply Heavy Cut and then followed up with the Wake Up with the yellow wool on the polisher will do a really, really good job. Get these 3 compounds and that will be all you need as far as compounds to buff and polish and pretty much protect any boat. Heavy cutting compound is a traditional abrasive. It's a heavy cutting compound. The Chop Top is a diminishing abrasive. So it's gonna start off really heavy and it's gonna work its way down and finish off into a nice polish. Same with the Shine Supply Wake Up. Shine Supply Wake Up is a diminishing abrasive compound that has SiO2 in it. So it's gonna start off pretty heavy. It's gonna buff down into a polish, and then it's also gonna leave a layer of silica behind. You can technically leave it and get about a month or 2 of protection, or if you stack it with Jescar Power Lock, which is our boat wax or our boat sealant, you'll get about 4 to 6 months out of protection. So go ahead, get these. Now I have plenty of other videos, full walkthrough videos of each of these compounds, how to do them, how to work them. Go check out all of our other videos that you can find on our channel if you want to find more information on these products exactly. But I just wanted to break that down for you. Are we almost done with this video, dude? I'm tired. Ready to go back to work. We have 32-ounce bottle holders up here. The 16-ounce only really holds the 16-ounce bottles. These hold the 32-ounce. It is a little snug for these bottles. It doesn't bother me, but it is a slight snugness on the spray bottles. So as you can see up here, we have a ton of Wake Up bottles, and that's because usually if it's a heavy polishing day and we're running 4 of us, we'll each all have a bottle. Instead of putting them into little squeeze bottles, you can just use it out the 32-ounce bottles. We have our spray bottles. All of these I buy at Home Depot. And honestly, I've bought a lot of different spray bottles. I think my whole team is in agreement that these Zep spray bottles have been the best for volume. So when you spray it, it sprays a lot of product out. And you can use the other trigger sprayers, but it just doesn't spray as much. So if you're trying to cover a lot of ground, these Zep spray bottles that you can get at Home Depot have been great. This one, we have Shine Supply Aftermath. So Aftermath is probably one of my favorite products that Shine Supply offers. Aftermath is a quick detail spray that's going to remove light water spots. So it's a product that we use pretty much after every time we wash a boat. So anytime we wash a boat and we're drying it, we'll typically use Aftermath, especially on our maintenance details or our wash and wax details, because anytime you're using water on your boat, or maybe if it rains or even after a day on the water, I always tell my customers to spray their boat down with Aftermath and just simply take a microfiber towel like one of these. Take a microfiber towel, spray the Aftermath onto the surface about like this. So just real quickly spray it on the surface and just wipe it in. And it's gonna lift off any salt, any dirt, any grime, and it also leaves SiO2 behind. So Think of it as like kind of a spray wax that will also remove dirt and water spots. Here we have Shine Supply Clutch. I have a gallon of it, but Shine Supply Clutch is what we use to spray on plastics and wires and casings, any vinyl, any plastics, and it's really gonna bring the life out. We use this product kind of often, but not quite. It's definitely not a must, but if you want a good product that you can put on plastic and vinyls, get Shine Supply Clutch. Here we got acid. This is the acid that we use to remove the scum line. So if there's an orange scum line on the bottom of the boat, you can use Rust Aid or an acid. Right here we have Super Clean. We already went over Super Clean, but this is our bottle. We made these little labels that are kind of peeling off now, but it's nice. We always keep it diluted, 25% Super Clean, 75% water. And then on this one, this is Shine Supply Decked Out. Shine Supply Decked Out is a tire shine. So we really only use that for cleaning up the tires and wheels on trailers. So every time we detail a boat that's on a trailer, we always clean the wheels and tires and we spray it with tire shine to really give the trailer just a little extra pop. All right, moving down. So on this one, we keep our boat shoes. These are waterproof, extra tough boat shoes that we bought at West Marine. We typically wear these when we're working on the boats, and they just keep your shoes, feet waterproof. We also keep a solid inventory of HDX magic erasers from Home Depot. I bought a ton of different magic erasers. Some of the ones on Amazon you can get, they just aren't the best quality. And I have found for the price and the quality, the HDX Home Depot brand magic erasers are the best you can buy. We typically use the magic erasers for cleaning like dirty compartments, stains, rust spots on non-skid, and more specifically to really deep clean nasty old vinyl that has like bird poop on it or suntan lotion, dirt, grime, that kind of stuff. If you pair the magic eraser with the Super Clean, it really cleans the seats really, really well. Down here, I have some extra inventory of just some other soaps. We have Dawn dish soap. Dawn dish soap is what we use to always start off the detail. We typically wash every boat before we compound, before we wax. But Dawn's just a solid soap that's just gonna strip all the old wax, dirt, grime, bird poop, anything off the boat. You can't go wrong with just washing it with Dawn to begin with. Now, after you wax a boat, or if you're ever talking to your customers, tell them to never use Dawn because Dawn will strip off the wax. But if you're trying to strip wax, you're trying to just strip the boat down so that you can do a heavy cut compound or maybe even re-wax your boat, then you can use Dawn. Just simple bleach. We only use bleach if seats and compartments have mold and mildew. That's the only time we ever use bleach. We don't wash boats with bleach typically, some very rare occasions, but we'll use Clorox bleach. We always mix it, usually 50-50 with water to dilute it. And we use that only on like moldy seats and moldy compartments. Last but not least on here is our Snappy Teak. So Snappy Teak 1 and Snappy Teak 2, this is what we use to clean up teak. So if you have wood floors on a boat that the teak is starting to look nasty and old and gray, the one part will clean it, so it's going to turn it nasty. It'll rip out all the dirt, grime, old nasty wood, anything that's in the teak, it'll rip it out. And then the part 2 is going to brighten it up. It's going to give it that really fresh sanded look. If you're looking for a solid teak cleaner, always go with the Snappy Teak Cleaner. All right, so moving down here, we have our table. This is kind of our overall table. So I actually built this whole trailer to be a mobile workstation. I didn't want just a trailer to move tools around, and that's why I designed it the way that we did, put the polishers on the wall. And if you kind of look at it, it literally looks like a little shop, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a mobile detail shop. So down here, we have all of our clean microfibers. We only buy the ones from Walmart. So you can go to Walmart or Costco, buy the nice plush yellow ones. They work perfectly fine. You don't need super fancy microfibers. And then right here is our dirty bin. At the end of the day, we'll take our dirty bin. I bring them home, wash them with vinegar and non-scented laundry detergent. And then I dump them into here, which is our clean bin. And then we have a fresh dirty bin. And I have this bungee cord here to stop them from sliding out when we're driving. All right, guys, so that is it. I know this video was long. Thank you guys for watching. I'll have everything in the description section down below, machines, products, all the little accessories. I hope you guys enjoy this and see kind of how we flow. It's not perfect. There are some things that I need. I still need another rack to hold another set because I do have 4 of us out here. We have 3 full-time detailers, including myself. So we have more than enough products to get it going. Obviously, if you're by yourself, just get one machine, one of this, one of that. I do have a lot of detailers ask me like, hey, do I need multiple machines? I always err on the side of having more equipment than not enough because if one of these falls, breaks, malfunctions, you always have a backup. So when it comes to a rotary, it does not hurt to have 2 rotaries, 2 polishers, 2 foam cannons, because if one falls in the water, at least you got a backup. So I understand if money's tight, get one of everything, but if you do want to be more efficient and make sure you have enough tools and equipment, go ahead and get 2 of everything. All right, guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video. That is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on our next detail. Let's go.